Hello friends, welcome back. In the previous video, we have seen how to convert audio files into text files using AssemblyAI. In this session, we will do the sentiment analysis of a audio file. For doing the sentiment analysis, we are going to use Hugging Face Transformer library. As you can see here, this is going to be a three-step process. In step 1, we will convert the audio files into text files using AssemblyAI. In the second step, we will summarize the text using Hugging Face transformers. And finally, we will find the sentiment analysis of this summary. That being said, let's get started. So for the first step, the code we have already written in our previous session. So I am going to reuse that code. This is my code and this is the same code that we have written in our previous video. You can see here in the first step, we will submit the audio file to AssemblyAI, and after submitting it, we will get an ID. Using that ID, we will actually get the content of that audio file. Okay, so let's rerun this one. Execution is completed. It took me around 40 seconds to get the text from AssemblyAI. You can see the first 1000 characters from this story. Now move on to the second step, that is summarizing this entire audio story. So for summarizing this story, we need to install transformers library. So transformers is a Python library, so we can use pip to install it. And here is the statement. We can just simply do pip install transformers. It will install the library. I have already done that here. Now as a first step, we need to import pipelines function from transformers library. And what is a pipeline? Pipeline is a basic object in transformers library. It connects to a model and do the pre-processing and post-processing steps. Hugging Face supports many pipelines like summarization, sentiment analysis, text generation, and question answering. There are few other pipelines it supports, so you can check out them on their website. Now let's import pipeline. After importing the pipeline, we need to create the pipeline for the task that we are going to do. So our task is to summarize the story. So let's create the pipeline. And assign it to a variable called classifier. And finally, to this classifier, we need to pass the data that we want to summarize. Now let's run this one. It is going to take some time because it has to download the model. And you can see here. So this is the summary that we got. So let me copy this one. So let me define a variable called summary here. I hope we are able to see the story in a single view. See, the actual story has this content. It's only the first 100,000 characters. Now, using the transformers library summarization pipeline, we can get the summary of it. This is nice. Now, move on to the next and final step, that is getting the sentiment analysis. So for finding the sentiment analysis, again we have to create another pipeline for sentiment analysis. So let's create a pipeline, and this time we have to give sentiment analysis. And I will assign it to a variable called classifier sentiment analysis CS. Okay. Now to this classifier, we need to pass the data to which we want to find the sentiment analysis. So this is summary. Let's run this one. So it is also downloading the model. Now it's done. You can see the label is positive and the score is 0.997. Pretty amazing, right? With just 2 lines of code, we can do the sentiment analysis of any text using transformers libraries, and even for summarization also we have written only 2 lines of code. That's pretty much for this video, guys. I hope you liked it, and if you have any questions, please mention the comment section below. And if you want to know more about Assembly AI or Hugging Face transformers libraries, you can check out their websites. I will be leaving the links in the description below. I will meet you in the next one. Till then, take care.